Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new Doctor Who video where today I want to talk about the exciting topic of leaks and all the things that seem to keep getting leaked in Doctor Who and the Doctor Who world, and there's especially been a big problem in the 60th anniversary. So I want to talk a little bit about whether it's really doing harm to the show or not. So yes, I feel like leaks have kind of been part and parcel of Doctor Who since 2005. So many different bits of plot and spoilers and stuff have leaked because the show's a big deal and because a lot of people work on it and some people just want to spoil it for everybody. And I just feel like it's been such a common problem throughout the show, but specifically in the last sort of year or two since Russell has come on board. With the Chibnall era, there were many problems with the Chibnall era, but on the whole, it was a much better era in terms of things leaking and spoilers and stuff. Like, yes, there was spoilers and there were stuff that was leaked, like the Timeless Child stuff was leaked in advance, the Ruth Doctor stuff was leaked in advance, Sidemen in the finale was leaked in advance, all of that did come out, but it felt like that was much more sort of self-contained to kind of the dark corners of internet forums. Whereas for the 60th anniversary, for like the last 6 months, a year, it feels like the talk about the bi-regeneration has just been like common knowledge on all of social media and forums and everything. Like, if you were really a Doctor Who fan engaging with social media, it felt almost impossible to avoid it because it just felt like it had become so widespread. And it just feels like it was a real shame because we all kind of knew that that was what was coming in the episode. The moment that you saw David Tennant not regenerate, like that was it. You knew that exactly what was about to happen. And I just felt that was a real shame because it was a huge moment. It was massive. It was like groundbreaking for the show to do something like that. No matter how you feel about it, and you guys know if you've been watching my videos how I feel about it. But there's nothing, you can't say anything apart from that was a huge moment for Doctor Who to have that happen and to have it play out like that. And the fact that so many people knew about it in advance, that it had leaked all over social media and forums and everything, I just felt was a massive shame for the show. And it certainly wasn't lost on Russell because we saw in the in-vision commentary that he recorded back in October this year that he knew that it was already all doing all the rounds all over social media and everything. Like, he knew the plot had been leaked. But it just felt like this was such an extreme example of it, to the point where I think in July last year, there were full lines of dialogue from the episode. The scene where Ncuti Gatwa hits the hammer and knocks the second TARDIS out. Like, that whole scene, the dialogue of it was just posted across, like plastered across Facebook and Twitter and everything in July last year, like 18 months before the episode's aired nearly. It just feels crazy to me that there's been such a sort of poor like security within the show that these things have just leaked and been spread so easily. Because I think it does fundamentally sort of take away some of the excitement and the enjoyment from the episode when you simply just know what's going to happen. And it's... Yes, I didn't go out of my way to look at these spoilers, but I still knew them. And I almost got to the point where I was trying to actively avoid these things because I didn't want to read them, but also I wanted to be a part of like Doctor Who sort of fans on social media and things. And it feels like that was just impossible because, you know, these spoilers were so widespread. It does also feel kind of more widely that almost any announcement of anything in Doctor Who is kind of leaked in advance, whether it's David Tennant, Catherine Tate are returning is leaked in the Daily Mirror, or a release of a new animated Doctor Who story is just leaked via a forum or Amazon or social media or something like that. Or whether a new actor coming to Doctor Who or returning to Doctor Who is leaked via filming pictures or things like that. It just feels like in 2023, it's almost impossible to keep anything a real secret in the world of Doctor Who. And it just feels like that's a real shame. And I do think that's going to do... It does harm the show. It's sort of, I get Russell's whole, you know, that's just the nerdy fans online, like the majority of the audience won't have seen any of it. And that's very true. Like, you know, casual fans will not have known any of this. But I feel like us, the hardcore fans, we kind of want to know everything and also don't want to know anything. It's kind of that really weird, like, dynamic where I want to find out everything I can, but also I want to be shocked and surprised when it comes to Doctor Who. And so I just really hope that for this next era, because I'm aware like most of the plot of the Christmas special has been plastered on forums as well and Reddit and things like that. I've managed to, I think, pretty much avoid anything. So I'd say don't spoil it in the comments because I don't know what's going to happen through the whole Christmas special. And I believe, again, I haven't seen them, but I believe there's also some early leaks and thoughts on the next season as well about what's going to be happening there outside of the filming pictures, which I know we've seen. And to some extent, I think filming pictures aren't quite as bad because they don't usually tell the full story of what's going on. Yes, there's a filming picture of Beat the Meep. We know Beat the Meep's going to be in the 60th, and the Toy Maker and things like that. That is, it's a leak to an extent, but it's not something it's something that's going to be revealed prior to the episode, so it doesn't feel as big a deal as something like the Bi-Generation, which was meant to be this massive, major, secret moment. And yet we knew all about it 6 months, a year ago, and so many people did. And so I think that I'm just really desperately hoping that the kind of Bad Wolf Studios will learn from this experience, and that they'll kind of be a bit tighter in the secrecy of it, because we saw it was more possible in the Chibnall era. It wasn't perfect, but it was more possible in the Chibnall era, whereas it feels like now it's just a free-for-all on leaks, and you'll be lucky if you don't know any of the plot going into it, because it's so plastered over social media and forums and things. So yeah, I just really, really hope for the future of the show, because no, ultimately it's probably not going to damage the show to the wider audience, the 95% of people who sit down and watch it on BBC One on a Saturday evening, not really know anything about it, and just won't really think about it once it's finished until the next Saturday. Like, that 95% audience doesn't really matter if stuff leaks. But for us fans who are so engaged in it and such a part of it, we don't want to be spoiled of these big moments. At least I don't want to be spoiled of these big moments in advance, because I think it's what makes the show, is big things like this happening. And I'm sure there are going to be big moments to come in Ncuti's in first season. Whoever the boss turns out to be in that whole sort of villain storyline and stuff, that's surely going to be quite a big thing. And I just hope that we don't know it in advance, because I think it'd be a real shame for us fans. So yes, guys, do let me know your thoughts on the leaks of Doctor Who down in the comments below. What are some of the most memorable, or otherwise, I guess, leaks that you've seen in the past? And do you think this is having a sort of negative effect on your experience of the show at the moment, because we simply know so much about what's going to happen? But guys, that is just about it from this video. Do remember to hit that like button, that subscribe button if you're new here, and I will be back again very soon for a brand new video. But until then, it's goodbye.